Welcome back, racing family, and welcome to review of races for Saturday, March 29th, 2025. A very interesting race day in which most of the races were true to form. My biggest shocker of the day was to see Restoration getting odds of 21-1. In the preview, I told you guys that Restoration was dangerous. As a matter of fact, I told you that the horse had chance. So I was kind of surprised to see the horse getting 21-1 and so many people leaving that one off their bet. Maybe it's because they don't rate Micheal Cain, or probably because they don't rate Omar Walker. Either way, that horse read good. And I told you guys in the preview that that horse was dangerous. Anyway, let's start from race number 1. Race number 1 went to Sonny T and Chippy as expected. The Cardenas beating out Radish Roman Burn Notice. That one was true to form at just 4-5. The second race saw Solace kicking out my teeth. Solace was the favorite, but I tipped that one to come second based on recent history where that one keeps coming second. And I was expecting Sweet Burn to actually win, but Sweet Burn ran down the track. Can't say that I'm surprised, but I was expecting much more from Sweet Burn. Digital 1, I had expected to run second behind of Pack Play in the third race, but Digital 1 decided to actually win that one. Digital 1 came 121 pounds. Defeated Wall Street Trader came 115 by 3/4 lengths. Pack Play was third with 121. That race was a very interesting race. Digital 1 showing people that it must not be underestimated, and now I have to keep an eye on Digital 1 for the rest of the season because beating Wall Street Trader and Pack Play is no joke feat. My disappointment in that race was California Crown. I expected that one to be closer to the top 3. Race number 4 saw the first of what you could say were minor upsets. Sweet Victory read good in the book, so too did a lot of horses in the field. 5-year-olds and up, none of 3. 5s and up, none of 2, and even 5-year-olds maiden races are very problematic races. A lot of times, those races does not go according to the form line, and you need a bit of luck in those races. Another day, Captain Phillips could have won that race on another day. If that race was to run again, perhaps Captain Phillips would have won that race, but Sweet Victory gave Tevin Foster a sweet victory at 13-1, and that win took a lot of persons out of the Reggae 6 and the Twilight 6 in one go. Race number 5, Conundrum, was beaten by a nose. Last Dance by a neck. In that race, King Ear surprised a lot of persons by beating the all-in favorite Conundrum. I had Conundrum and Last Dance to run the race, but King Ear did not get that memo. Perhaps I need to check with my secretary to ensure that she's sending out the memos. Race number 6 saw Runaway Star winning very easily in the end. In a time of 128-2, Runaway Star seemed to have gotten over his bad gait habits. And being that it is a talented racehorse, this one is one to keep an eye on for the remainder of the season, for the classic season. This one could be prominent in the classic races this season. Prolific Prince was expected to run good, But in the end, that one was 10 lengths behind of Runaway Star. Let's hope that Prolific Prince will improve. Race number 7, Electrode, won easily. Third race of the layoff for thoroughbred horses that are coming off a lengthy layoff is usually the best run. And as such, I had expected Electrode to win and win easy. In fact, 3.5 lengths is far lesser than I expected that racehorse to win by. I thought that that one would have won by about 10 lengths. Anyway, a win is a win. And 49 and 2 is a smart time for 5 years and up, non-winners of 2 events. In that event, I had expected a better run from Eastern's alone, but that one came 6th. In the 8th race, Sonogram won in the manner I had expected Electrode to win in. Sonogram with Robert Aladdin won by all of 7.5 lengths, beating out Chinita Estrella, Social Mischief, and Radam. Dream to Reality rounded off the I-5. That was the race. That was perhaps the easiest to call on the program. Sonogram winning ahead of Chinita Estelita with jockey Robert Aladdin making no mistake. And an horse that he had a lot of room to make mistake and still win. He could have stopped, went home, heal his friends, and come back and still win that race. The last event, though, brought the curtain down. And interestingly enough, before that race ran off, I told multiple people that Restoration at 21 to 1 was a gift, and I was amazed that that horse was getting 21 to 1. I was wondering what on earth the Punters were smoking. 21 to 1 for a horse like Restoration in an event like that race. Restoration read well. As such, I was shocked. Even more shocked for the fact that Matusa was getting 7 to 1 and Restoration was getting 21 to 1. And the last time both horses ran, Matusa and Restoration were in that same race. And in that same race, it was just 2 lengths that separated both horses. In the end, and Restoration had allowed Matusa 2 kilograms, or approximately 4.5 pounds. Now, coming back into that event, if Matusa could allow Restoration 4.5 pounds, but if Restoration could allow Matusa 4.5 pounds and just be 2 lengths behind it, now Restoration is the one getting weight. Restoration as the better jockey, Omar Walker, as opposed to Garvin Harris. No disrespect to Mr. Harris, but Omar Walker is a 6-time champion jockey. It is a no-brainer that both horses are at least on par. So to see one get 21 to 1 and one get 7 to 1 was a bit ridiculous in my book, considering that this is the 5th time Restoration is running. And Restoration had won 2 out of 4 races before then. The only reason why Restoration was not my outsider was because the horse that I had in the race as my outsider, I thought would have gotten a way longer odds than Restoration. And I had Restoration to get no more than about 4 to 1. So I must say I was shocked with that race. And perhaps it's a teaching lesson to a lot of punters out there. Do not underestimate people. Do not underestimate people. That horse got that odds because a lot of persons underestimated Micheal Cain Jr. as a racehorse trainer. At the end of the day, horses are what make trainers. Trainers improve horses, but the horses must have some potential to begin with in order for that horse to reach somewhere. A good trainer will be able to get an horse to improve. A great trainer will be able to get an horse to improve massively. But at the end of the day, that horse must be a good horse to begin with. And that is the reason why Jason DaCosta will have horses in his stable like Fun Can Done. And then he'll have some horses in his stable that you're wondering if those horses are any good because their performance is abysmal. Anyway, I strongly suspect that Micheal Cain will be winning some more races before the year is done. Like every other trainer at the track, he has to prove himself. And once he proves himself, people will start to believe that he can train. Let's see if he's going to be able to be a good trainer, a great trainer, or just an ordinary trainer. End of the day, though, do not underestimate anyone at all in this business. And when I make my tips and my analysis, I do not underestimate anyone at all. That race saw the superfecta paying a whopping $111,623. So that was a money race. Congratulations to the one winner of the pick 9. Just one person caught the pick 9, and I must say that person is a lucky person and knowledgeable punter. That person wagered 16,800 in the pick 9 and caught the pick 9 for $5.9 million on a difficult day. I knew someone who actually had 6 bunker on the program in the pick 9 and still cannot collect because surprisingly, the other 3 races that he did not have the bunkers, he didn't spot the winners. He didn't spot the winner in Restoration Race. He didn't spot the winner in King Air Race. And he didn't spot the winner in Sweet Victory Race. But he banked Digital 1, Solace, Sonny T and Chippy, Sonogram, Electrode, and Runaway Star. So this, to be able to find 6 bunkers on a pick 9 and still cannot be able to collect, show that this game is a rough game for punters. Anyway, that was Racing Review on the Print Screen channel. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Do not underestimate people. And look out for my video on Champs 2025, where I give my take on the officials and the plethora of disqualifications. Peace out for now.